Be me, 27, living in East Nashville. Frontman for an indie alt-rock band called Echo Chamber. Look exactly how you imagine. Thrifting addiction, hand-rolled cigarettes, collection of obscure vinyls I never listened to. Think I'm God's gift to the local music scene. We're doing okay, playing mid-sized venues, getting some college radio play. The narrative in my head is that I'm the genius. I write the lyrics, I have the stage presence, I do the interviews. Then there's Simon. Simon is our drummer and producer. Known him since sophomore year of high school. Guy is the definition of beige. Wears cargo shorts to gigs, doesn't drink, goes home immediately after the set to rest his ears. He's not cool. He doesn't have the aesthetic. But he's always there. Literally always. We're at a dive bar called the Basement East on a Tuesday. I'm holding court with our entourage. Mostly just hangers-on, a couple of groupies, and my manager, Jax. Jax is a hype beast who thinks he's a visionary because he has an iPhone 15 and a contact list full of people who don't answer him. We're celebrating because a scout from Argonaut Records was at the show tonight. You killed it, man, Jax says, slapping my back. The energy was insane. When you jumped off the kick drum, legendary. I smirk, taking a drag of my cigarette. Felt good. Sound was a bit muddy in the monitors, though. Simon fixed it mid-set, someone says. I wave a hand dismissively. Yeah, well, that's his job. Keep the rhythm, turn the knobs. Simon isn't at the bar. He's back at the venue, loading the van. Alone, because I'm the talent and I need to network. And the rest of the band is wasted. Jax leans in, lowering his voice. Look, the scout, Elena? She wants to meet for coffee tomorrow. My heart does a little flip. The whole band? Jax hesitates, looking at his overpriced craft beer. She asked for you, specifically. I nod, trying to look casual. Makes sense. I'm the face. Exactly, Jax says. And look, bro, we need to talk about the image. What about it? It's tight. You're tight. But, Simon, I roll my eyes. I know, the cargo shorts. It's not just the shorts, man. It's the vibe. He's an anchor. He's a good drummer, though, I say, feeling a twinge of something like loyalty. He's a metronome, Jax counters. A machine. But you're the soul. You can hire a drummer. You can't hire charisma. I think about this. Think about the times Simon annoyed me. Like when he insisted we rehearse at 9 a.m. on Saturdays because it was cheaper. Or when he cut my 5-minute guitar solo down to 30 seconds on the EP because it served the song better. Controlling, right? Always stifling my creativity. Let's see what Elena says, I say. Next day, coffee shop in the Gulch. Elena looks like she runs a fashion magazine. Sharp suit, scary eyes. She cuts right to the chase. You have it. The voice, the look, the tortured artist thing. We love it. I smile, leaning back. Thanks, we've been working hard. Not we, she corrects. You. She slides a contract across the table. It's thick. We want to sign you as a solo artist. Rebrand. The Julian Hayes Project or something. What about the band? I ask. Session players, she says. Top tier. Pros. People who look the part. She pauses, taking a sip of her espresso. That drummer of yours, he's holding you back. His production is flat. It sounds like a bedroom demo. I bristle slightly. Simon spent months mixing that EP. But she's from Argonaut Records. She knows better. He's a friend, I say weakly. This isn't Friends, Julian. This is the music industry. Do you want to play dive bars with your buddy forever? Or do you want to headline Coachella? The question hangs there. Coachella. I can't just fire him. He owns the van. He owns the recording interface. So buy your own van, she says. With the advance we're offering, you can buy 10 vans. She writes a number on a napkin. It's a big number. Think about it. I go back to the apartment I share with, guess who? Simon. He's in the living room, soldering a cable, always fixing something. Hey, he says, not looking up. Fixed your pedal board. You had a loose ground wire. That's why it was buzzing last night. Thanks, I mumble. I walk to the fridge, grab a LaCroix. Simon, we need to talk. He puts down the soldering iron, takes off his glasses. What's up? The scout? He knows. He always knows. Yeah, they want to sign me. You mean us? Me, Simon. Just me. He sits there, blinking. Oh, they think, look, they have a specific vision. Session players. Different sound. I see. It's not personal, I say, the words tasting like ash but also like freedom. it's just business. You know how it is. I do, he says quietly. I mean, you can still, I don't know, tech for me? If you want, it's an insult. I know it's an insult as soon as I say it. Simon stands up. He doesn't yell. He doesn't throw the soldering iron. He just looks tired. I think I'm gonna pass on teching, Jules. Right. Yeah, of course. So you're taking the deal? I have to, Simon. It's my shot. Okay. Yeah, okay, if that's what you want. He walks into his room and closes the door. I expected a fight. I expected him to list all the things he's done for me. The late-night drives, covering my rent 3 times last year, mixing our tracks for free when studios wanted $500 an hour, writing the chord progressions because I only know 4 chords. But he says nothing. 2 weeks later, I moved out. Living in a sleek condo downtown, paid for by the advance. Jax is ecstatic. We're going to the studio next week. Big-time producer, Rick the Brick Stanton. Sick, I say. Let's make magic. Studio day arrives. Rick is a massive dude with a gold chain and an attitude. All right, pretty boy, let's hear what you got. Do you have the stems for the demos? The stems? I ask. The separated tracks. Drums, bass, vocals. Oh, Simon has those on his hard drive. Rick rolls his eyes. Okay, whatever. We'll start from scratch. Play me the chord progression for Neon Sky. I pick up the acoustic guitar. I strum a G chord, then a C. No, the bridge, Rick says. The jazzy part with the diminished 7th turn. I freeze. The what? The bridge, Julian. The part that makes the song good. I usually just sing over that part. Simon plays the chords. Rick stares at me. You don't know how to play your own song? I write the lyrics. I write the melody. Okay, sing the melody. I'll figure out the chords. I start singing. Without the reverb. Without the compression Simon always added. Without the perfectly EQ'd monitor mix. I sound thin, pitchy. Rick listens for a minute, then presses the talkback button. Okay, we're gonna need some auto-tune. Heavy. The session is a disaster. We spend 6 hours trying to get a vocal take that doesn't sound like a dying cat. Rick is getting frustrated. It lacks soul, man. The demo had this warmth. How did you get that warmth? I don't know, I snap. Simon just did stuff to it. Simon. The drummer? Yeah. Well, call Simon. Ask him what preamp he used. I don't want to call Simon. I haven't spoken to him in a month, but Rick is staring at me. I pull out my phone, text Simon. Hey man, quick cue. What preamp for vocals on Neon Sky? No reply. 10 minutes pass. He's not answering, I say. Great, Rick mutters. We'll fix it in post. Gonna cost you extra. 6 months later, the album is done. It sounds overproduced, glossy. Jax says it's a masterpiece. This is radio ready, baby. We have the launch party at a club in LA. I have a backing band of hired guns. They are technically perfect. They look cool. Leather jackets, sunglasses, indoors. They don't talk to me backstage. They're on their phones, checking their bank accounts to make sure the check cleared. 5 minutes, the stage manager yells. I feel sick. Usually, Simon gives me a pep talk. Usually, Simon hands me a bottle of water and tells me to breathe. Simon isn't here. I walk out on stage. The lights are blinding. Hello, Los Angeles, I scream. The crowd cheers. They know the single. We start the first song. My in-ear monitors are screeching. Feedback. I wince, tapping the pack on my belt. Sound check? I say into the mic. The sound guy at the board shrugs. I can't hear myself. I start singing, guessing the pitch. The band is playing, but they're not locking in. The drummer is rushing. Simon never rushed. Simon was a human metronome. This guy is playing for himself, adding fills every 4 bars, stepping all over my vocals. It's a train wreck. I can see people in the front row checking their phones. I sweat through my vintage leather jacket. By the 3rd song, the backing track for the synths desyncs. It's playing the chorus while we're in the verse. Cut it, cut the track, I yell at the sound guy. He doesn't hear me. It sounds like a cacophony of garbage. I stop singing. Sorry, technical difficulties, I stammer. The crowd starts booing. Actually booing. I walk off stage. Jax is backstage, looking pale. What was that? The sound was broken. The monitor mix was trash. You're the pro, Julian. You're supposed to play through it. I storm out the back door into the alley. I light a cigarette, hands shaking. I pull out my phone. I need to blame someone. I scroll to Simon's name. I'm about to text him some passive-aggressive bullshit like, Hope you're happy, everything is falling apart. Then I see his Instagram. He hasn't posted in years. But there's a new story, posted 2 hours ago. I click it. It's a photo of a view from a mixing console. Massive console. SSL 9000J. The kind they have in the real big studios. Caption, late nights with @LunaV. The biggest pop star on the planet right now. I freeze. I Google Luna V new album credits. It dropped yesterday. I scroll down the credits. Executive producer, Simon K. Written by Luna V and Simon K. Mixed by Simon K. Drums, keys, bass, Simon K. I open Spotify, play the top track. It sounds incredible. Warm, soulful, dynamic. It has the sound. The sound I thought was mine. But it wasn't mine, it was his. It was always his. I was just the guy singing over it. I realized something else. The chord progression in Luna's hit song. It's the bridge from Neon Sky. The diminished 7th turn, but arranged beautifully, with a string section. He took his ideas with him. Because I didn't write them, I sit down on a dirty crate in the alley. My phone buzzes. It's a text from Jax. Label is pissed. They want a meeting Monday. They're talking about shelving the tour. I don't reply. I look at the text thread with Simon. My last message. What preamp for vocals? No reply. I scroll up. Years of messages. Me. Can you drive the van? I'm hungover. Simon. Got it. Me. Can you spot me for rent? Simon. Sent. Me. My guitar string broke. Simon. I have a spare in the bag. Me. This mix sounds weird. Fix it. Simon. On it. Me. I'm the star, Simon. You're just holding me back. He never argued. He just let me believe it. Because he was my friend. And I treated him like an employee I wasn't even paying. I type a message. Hey man, saw the Luna V track. It's amazing. Congrats. I stare at it. Delete it. Type, I'm sorry. Delete it. Type, we should grab coffee. Delete it. I realize he doesn't need my coffee. He doesn't need my validation. He doesn't need me at all. The realization hits me harder than the booing crowd. I was the dead weight, the aesthetic, the haircut, the ego. That's all I was. A hood ornament on a car he built and drove. And I kicked the driver out. Now I'm just a shiny object sitting in a dark alley. A door opens down the alley. Some kid comes out, maybe 19, carrying a guitar case. Sees me smoking. Whoa, are you Julian Hayes? I look up, eyes stinging. Yeah, dude, I love your old stuff. The Static Bloom EP? That sound was life-changing. He smiles genuinely. Who produced that? The textures were insane. I take a long drag of the cigarette. Exhale slowly. My friend Simon, I say. He's a genius. The kid nods. Cool. What's he doing now? Winning, I say. What about you? I drop the cigarette butt and crush it with my expensive boot. Me? I'm learning how to play a diminished 7th chord. The kid looks confused. I walk away, leaving the venue, leaving the hired band, leaving the manager. I have to go home and learn how to actually make music. Or maybe apply to Starbucks. Probably Starbucks. At least they have benefits. And I bet Simon has a platinum record on his wall by now. Good for him. Seriously. Good for him. I check my bank account. The advance is almost gone. Spent on clothes, the condo, the image. I have enough for maybe 2 months of rent. I open the contacts on my phone. Jax is calling. Decline. Elena from Ardenaut is calling. Decline. I walk to the nearest guitar center. Buy a beginner's book on music theory. Clerk looks at me. Aren't you that guy from the show tonight? The one that crashed and burned? Yeah, I say. That's me. Rough set, man. Yeah, turns out you need more than a leather jacket to be a musician. He laughs. Tell that to half of LA. I walk out into the night. It's raining. My hair is getting ruined. My aesthetic is dissolving. And for the first time in 10 years, I feel like I'm actually starting something real. Alone. Just me and my ego finally deflating. End of story.